cash.
Finding a place and locking them in. WNBA is about to begin. Gotta trust the process if you wanna win, cause Just Cash is back. You better tell your friends when Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh and they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in.
It's a flagrant foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here we got another.
Lock in.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, is our thing doing the thing? Okay.
That's
No,
our
we're
thing
good.
doing the
We're
thing.
good.
We're good to go.
Yeah, buddy. All right. We're here. Mic sounding good. Audio sounding good. Feeling good. What's up, fam? Welcome back, y'all. You already know what time it is. It's Just Cash coming off of an outstanding 34-2 run. Oh, my goodness. Last week, just an absolute madhouse of props. We killed it, fam. We killed it. Oh, joined as always, co-pilot underrated. What's good, man? How are you? How was your weekend?
Man, we were talking about it before we got on. We're just going to stay humble and put our head down and keep working hard because, if we start getting a little too excited with this 34-2 run, bad things can happen. So let's just stick to the process. Don't raise our unit size too high. Don't get carried away. Don't give our money back. And let's just roll through this season and whoop some ass. And I'm glad people have been here following us at this hot time that we're in, and people can get some money as well. But just make sure, listening out there, guys, don't put too much money on it just because we've gone through a hot streak. Let's just keep it steady. That's what I'll say.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Don't get too crazy with it. I know a couple of plays we do have on, for listed down for 2 units and what have you, but still make sure as your bankroll grows, keep the percentages about the same. Don't get too crazy with it. We're not trying to donate because we will have a landmine day. Bad days are going to happen, but try and minimize the damage and just keep doing the same old. And that's really, our thing that we try and preach around here. Just nothing donation wise. Bad days are going to happen. Things are going to happen. A player's going to get injured, what have you. And you just want to make sure you're not putting all your chips down into that one specific player. So make sure exposures get a nice amount, a good variety of players. Today we got a nice mix for y'all and a couple plays for tomorrow as well. A lot of stuff to talk about, and I think we're gonna have to probably just hop right into it. But absolutely beautiful last week. We appreciate you guys as always. Love the support. Love everything we're doing and seeing here. And if you won some money or just want to support the channel, make sure if you haven't already, hit that like button down below. It always helps us out, fight the algorithms, and grow our channel. A little slice of the pie here, if you will. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn the noties on, and be a part of the community. Can't stress that enough. We're still running a 7-day free trial. Make sure you guys come check it out, be a part of it, and don't miss out on some free money. We're doing a giveaway in there. We're giving out $25 to 2 people, so that could pay for your membership. If you're new here, make sure to stop by. We'll be doing that right before tip-off this evening. I believe the first 2 games tip off at the same time. They do, so that's perfect. That'll work out for us. Maybe buy somebody a little bit of dinner tonight. Who knows? We'll find out.
So wait, we're giving away $25 to 2 lucky people who do what now? What do they got to do?
All you got to do is be a part of the Discord. This is just for our paywall side of it. Normally we do some of the stuff in the free giveaway, but this is just going to be for our prop beasts in there. So anybody, even if you are on a 7-day free trial again, so anybody new, you could look out and win that, pay for your entire month here with us. But all you got to do is just go in there in the giveaway channel. If you got Cash App, drop those handles down below, and if you don't, I will have PayPal access for people as well. And in the event for that, just type out me, M-E, and we'll get to that for everybody.
Cool. And before you get into the plays, let me just shout out the people real quick who's here. Kyle Rogers is here. I've been seeing his name around. Glad he's here, winning with us. He's been here for a year, 2. Maybe more, even 3, I want to say. ZB Miami, been super positive, man. Glad you're here. He said, let's go. Tori's here. He said, let's go. Loving the unders with Sabrina being out for New York. What do you think about Marine Johannes 5.5 first half points? We'll talk about that a little bit later, sir. Appreciate you. C-Dot is here. He says, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, smash the hype button. Now, guys, if you don't know what the hype button is, it's after you hit the like button on your phone. It should come up and you should be able to hit the hype button. And if you're feeling really, really generous, you need to do that for us. That helps us on YouTube a lot. So if you don't mind hitting the hype button, that would be amazing. Thank you for bringing that up, C-Dot. Tim Taylor says, LFG. And I can't cuss because I love you too. B. Frazier says, give me that. Aaliyah Edwards over 10 plus for plus money. I bet E will be talking about that. He can't wait to talk about an over. Amir says, any thoughts on CC under points? That's interesting. Secret of Shy says, is them your props for today? This is our list for today and actually some for tomorrow just to get the value in. And E, you have the floor. You can continue, sir. I just wanted to shout everybody out who is in the comments. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so let's talk about, it was Clark and Edwards, right?
Edwards 10 plus, Clark under points, and Johannes first half points.
Just bring them up here real fast, and then we'll hop in. We'll knock these out real fast for you guys, and then hop into all the plays and stuff that we have. I am so sorry. What was that last one? Is Johannes, and what was the final one?
First half 5.5 points, Johannes, and then Clark under points, and then Aaliyah Edwards over basically 10 plus points. And then if anyone has any comments or questions or plays that you see you want to bring to attention and talk about, throw them in the chat. I do have a hard out today around 3:15, 3:20, so we have about an hour or so. So let's get it, E.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so let's talk about Edwards and this game situation. We did get news that both Griner and Mora are going to be out for this one. So this one could be quite ugly. Spread moved from 12.5 to 14.5. It is in Connecticut, so maybe there's a little bit of an up spot there. But with this loss, it'll put them out of the tournament as well. So kind of keep that in mind. There hasn't really been a need yet for them to reduce the starters some minutes, but this could definitely be a case. I'm expecting a bloodbath here. We got news also that JJ is going to be honored at her return here in Connecticut. I don't know if they're retiring her jersey exactly or what's going on with that, but they are doing some special honor for her. So looking for JJ to get a little bit more active. That makes me feel even better about our Stewart under 3-point prop. And for Edwards here, I mean, honestly, man, I like it because I think the usage and potential volume could be there, but New York's still one of the best interior paint defenses. They have been over now the course of the season. They're allowing the 5th least amount of points inside the paint. Sabrina is going to be out, so maybe that frees up a little bit more so on the wing, but New York is typically on wing. Edwards not really doing much 3-point shooting there. Probably looking at Diamond Miller, a little bit of Lacan there to kind of pick up the slack, but I would be most concerned about her minutes. I mean, she's just been in and out of the lineup all season, so if it does blow out, there's a real good chance she's probably hard capped 20, 24 minutes, but anything beyond that, would, I think, really take a lot moving in the opposite direction of where this game might be going as far as it staying close and, X, Y, and Z. Just be careful. I think it's a fine play just because they have nobody else, but she could really just lose out on minutes tonight. Okay, let's talk about Johannes. Not too mad at it. She's definitely been a player playing a little bit more minutes in the first half typically. This is something for her. We kind of warned about full game props. She is still kind of seeing a reduction in minutes. Now, last game, she looked really nice, or at least the last one against Toronto. She was able to score a lot, so they kept her out there quite a bit. Against Indiana, had a fair scoring outing, but the assist and playmaking, something that's kind of dropping off for her. I like it. I mean, honestly, she's just a pure scorer for the team. She'll be taking her open looks, and the minutes aren't bad right now. I think it's a totally fair line.
All righty.
All right, and then last but not least, we were talking about Clark under. That one's a little bit scary just because of how formidable the Washington front court has been. I mean, by and large, they're still one of the best front court defenses in the league. Expect them to be top 3 throughout the season, them and Golden State alike. But very difficult spot in that regard. So looking at a reduction in Boston overall production, wicked didn't make the rhymes, but that's what happened. You always got to take a second to giggle at yourself.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, tough spot for Boston. So I mean, they are going to be looking to take a couple more threes, a little bit more outside of the arc potential for her. I mean, you look at here in the player versus position. So you can see Clark obviously taking a high clip from 3. Also being able to slash to the basket, so would not expect too much production in that regard. But outside shooting from 3 should be pretty well green lights. They kind of left her on an island with just a more last time, so that didn't end too well. She ended up with 32 points. I mean, that kind of tells you a little bit there. It's a scary click. I got to say, scoring aspect for Clark today, very scary. Looking at a little bit of downside for her RA department, and something that we were going to talk about too. But yeah, just be careful. It is on the road. You know, I get that she plays a little bit differently there, but there will be a lot more green lights for her today. Also, we just need to get confirmation that Boston is in fact playing. I know she was at shoot around today, but just, you know, for whatever reason she doesn't play, that's going to make that immensely scary.
Right.
Alrighty.
Right.
If you guys got any comments, questions, make sure and throw them down below. We'll get to as many as we can. Remember, we got a hard out in just about an hour from now. All right, first up, let's talk about one prop that is available right now everywhere. We got Georgia Miss Amur and her 4.5 assists, which I'm underrated and I are still just scratching our head. Why is this a prop? I have no idea, but we are most certainly going to take advantage of that. Her 4.5 assists, we're looking at this. I'm looking at this. Not adding up. I mean, potential's not adding up.
It's already 4 flat
Did
now.
it?
Yeah, 4 flat on Prizepicks.
Okay, nice. Well, honestly, I mean, still don't mind the 4. You know, I think that's a totally fine one, but 4.5 made absolutely no sense. It is still available. I believe we're going to check real fast on Bet365. Nope, that is gone. So pays to be in the Discord. This is why this was a 2-unit play. Did not make any sense whatsoever. So if you missed it, I still am okay with the 4 flat on Prizepicks. I think this is totally serviceable. This is one of those I wouldn't be surprised to see even maybe Prizepicks remove this as well and then just make her this as an only prop, because this is what they had earlier in the day. She only had 3 Goblin props and then this first, the 3.5 for that. So wouldn't surprise me to see this move back. So make sure you kind of jump on this right now if you missed out on it. Play it as a unit since you did miss the bump. A little bit scarier, but you are playing for the push. Yeah, just this prop didn't make any sense. Way too high. Very difficult matchup. Traditional point guards, I might be a little bit more scared because they can pitch it down inside of the center, where Indiana is a little bit more suspect. Their defense, specifically under the basket, very questionable. But everything else, elite. We're talking elite outside of the arc and everything else, which kind of where she primarily operates this mid-range action and beyond the arc. So very difficult spot here for her. Potential's also not really lining up. I mean, her last game was her better performance that we've seen out of her. Still looking at 5 potentials in total. So the last 3 games we had 5, 3, 5, and 2, or 5 potentials. Even on her best game, I mean, we're still talking 10 potentials and 11 potentials. So barely hitting at best that 2-to-1 ratio. Tough matchup here. Also not playing her full allotment of minutes. You know, something, again, just continues to struggle for her. I just don't see it. Apparently, Bookie's now finally catching up with it. But, yeah, you're going to have to show me 5 assists, young lady.
Right. Yeah, a lot of places I see her points and her assists, and they don't even offer her under. So they know. They know. They know.
They know. They know. There was an oopsie daisy in there, if you will, and we, especially for Prizepicks, that was very uncanny for Prizepicks. They never drop anything great value like that. And, hey, I know I got a little bit in. Hopefully, you guys got a little bit of that, but make sure and get some exposure to the 4 flat there.
Right. That's not too bad. The 4.5 just feels so nice. The 4 is okay. The 4 is okay.
Oh yeah. Now, it could still be available on some sites. Let's see. Do we have it anywhere? Is DraftKings the only one just holding on for dear life now?
Yeah. With
Oh, no, they don't even have. Yeah, they don't even have it. Okay,
Nah.
sweet. Well, making me feel even better about it.
Came and went.
All right. Well, let's keep it going. We had another player and prop that saw some weird line movement. Now, we looked at Lacan, and if you guys were in here yesterday, wait, it's Monday, so you were definitely not in here yesterday. If you were in the Discord over the weekend, we were looking at this yesterday already, and it was something, maybe had somewhat of a pause with Grinder news, but I liked it with before Grinder being ruled out, and even looking at her afterwards. I think that made the assist probably the best play for her, honestly. New York is already, again, elite inside the paint, so those conversions for her are going to be very spotty in that aspect. But the 5.5 just didn't make any sense. I mean, 4.5 with a little bit of juice on the over, like, okay, I can get behind that. But 5.5 is just way too high. And then we got the news that Morrow is going to be out as well, who is, Griner and Morrow is the only reason this game was going to stay reasonably close to begin with. So now you're looking at the other cast and crew. Also, that's going to bolster minutes for Haley Van Lith off the bench, who is just going to take away even more usage from her here. I think truly for Lacan, the only way she beats us tonight is scoring from the floor, and I'll take my chances with that. She's been terrible from her three-point shooting. That's the only way she's really going to get us. And, if she hits 3 threes, it is what it is. But free throw's not going to be there. Fast break, turnovers, and stuff like that. Transition defense not going to be there. And now the 14.5-point spread looks like this game might not be there either. So Very difficult spot. I love the RA downside for her. And even just for brief moments, last night she was at 21.5 on Underdog. We played it a little bit, but I think honestly she ends the game with 15, 16 PRA today, and I'd be shocked if she even get 5 assists. So the assist is still available at 5 on Prizepicks. You can get it there. The 5.5, I believe, is pretty well gone everywhere else, but the PRA did move down like we expected, 19.5. So if you want to play it, just know the risk that you are getting into. But I also think I've got to shout out one other potential line for her that did look appealing. Her RA, I think, is totally fine to go right back to. They didn't take it down, did they? They did. Man, They just dinged everything.
Yeah, her assist is 4.5 also. No more 5 flat. And her PRA is also 19.5. Cordero Reynolds says, do you like Lacan under 20.5 PRA? We do. It is on the list, but I don't know if it's anywhere else. He said 20.5, so he must have found it somewhere at 20.5, or it just bumped, one of the two.
It might still be on Fanatics. Let me see. Which I will say, got to shout out Fanatics. That was the easiest thing to set up and look at, and they've been one of the sites that I see every time. They were like the Hard Rock of our college basketball days. Every time I see them, their props are too high, and they're always at the top of the list. Yeah, good old Fanatics here. So let's see. Do they have her at 20.5? Is that a thing? Nope. Looks like pretty much everywhere 19.5. So hey, I mean, if there's a book that you have that has an undiscovered movement, get this at 20.5. But yeah, that's crazy. A lot of line movement. Pays to be behind in the community.
Yeah, even what's it called? Even Dabble's copying Prizepicks. They just do exactly the same. It even moves with Prizepicks. I saw they had Amor at 4.5 assists also, and right when it moved on Prizepicks to 4, it moved on Dabble to 4 as well. So I think they're just copying them. So too bad we can't get anything there. Parlay play the same. They don't have anything. Yeah, I think we're just if you didn't get it before, I think we're kind of stuck playing some bump lines on those ones. But we do have a few others. Still available. What else is going on?
Yeah, we got a couple other plays. Now, the next one up should be pretty well available on most sites. Asia Wilson, looking at her under 3.5 assists. Let's see. Prizepicks still have this one, or Underdog, sorry. All right, cool. It is still on Underdog. The payout only went down by 0.01, so it's nothing too crazy. I know she's on Bet365, and I think she's on FanDuel as well. Let's give it a gander. Mama Wilson playing some lights out basketball. We did get news that Carter was going to be out. So keep that in mind. I did see we had a question about Jewel Lloyd. I think Jewel Lloyd is a totally fine play today. Her fantasy, her PR points, any of that stuff, totally fine. But let's take a look at Wilson. All right, 3.5 assists, quite high for her. I mean, honestly, she should be at 2.5, but I think the hit rating might just be a little bit too juicy for some of the books to handle right now. This is one of those you could really kind of dance with taking a middle bet, looking at the over 2.5 and under 3.5. But more specifically, 3.5, we know Seattle has been a fairly solid defense. I mean, this is something we've been picking on for the last couple of games now. Not really giving up a lot of playmaking. They force a lot of secondary passes, and look at her assist zones in that mid-range and from the three-point line, where Seattle has really kind of put the pressure up. We did see Malonga back this last game, and, honestly, she looked way, way out of it, so I'm not sure if we get much help in that aspect. But Asia should have her way with Pham and or Malonga, whoever ends up being out there. I think there's a real good chance that Malonga comes off the bench at least one more game here with how much time she's missed. But looking at Asia, I mean, honestly, she should have a pretty solid matchup scoring-wise inside the paint. And then as far as assists and stuff, I mean, you just got to look at the scope of the team. The numbers are just getting way too high. Jackie Young, 6.5 assists. Chelsea Gray, 6.5 assists. I mean, show me one other team in the league that has 3 different players with this kind of prop level. Like, it's just way too high. So, real good chance somebody misses out. I'm also honestly looking at Asia's PA. 28.5 is pretty damn high. I mean, I know the weight's being mostly carried by the points, but again, not the best matchup for the assists. So you're kind of putting a little bit more tax on that aspect. Really high line, and there's also potential for a blowout here. I believe Vegas is at home for this one, right? Yeah. 15.5 point spread. So this also went up a point during the day too. This could be an easy game that's just over before half. Wouldn't be surprised to see the starters not touch the fourth quarter, but you know how these games can be for the tournament play. I think it's a totally fine play, honestly. I mean, all the Vegas players are extremely high right now. Any of those assist props, I think, are totally live for the under. Jackie Young being at 28.5 PRA is unbelievable. I know she's been balling, but damn, that's high. That is really high for her.
Yeah, especially with that blowout coming, maybe. So, something to think about.
Yeah. Well, at least we can look back at it and, said we talked about it. But, yeah, this game could be an ugly one. We will need to get news on Seattle, at least for starters, just to kind of see what that looks like. I would be surprised to see Pham in early foul trouble, too. I'm really tempted to take her first half under because I think Asia might baptize her for this game because she's been quite fortunate. Pham really hasn't played that many elite bigs, if you will. She saw Alyssa Thomas, but while she was going through this slump, I think AT only had 8 points in that game, and her first 2 games of the season were against Washington off the bench. So not really anything too crazy in that aspect, but Asia might put her in the blender.
Mama Asia.
Right.
They should crush them tonight. But it is WNBA, so you never know. I don't like relying on the thought process of a blowout because you never know with these girls, but still, even without the blowout, that 3.5 assists looks pretty good. I just locked it in with a little alt total MPB play for tonight. I'll put it in the Discord right now, sir. All right, where are we going now? Stewie Pooey or Pooey Stewie?
Oh, yeah, sorry. We just totally glanced over Stewie here. I mean, this one honestly seems pretty straightforward. We're talking, one time this season she's gone over this prop, and another one that's, I wouldn't say this is the easiest of matchup by any stretch, but we got the narrative with JJ being back and, getting her honors here. And we've seen Stewie throughout the season just be such a low volume player. And I mean, nothing's changed here. She had the 2 games against Portland. And outside of that, I mean, we're looking at max 3-4 attempts per game, but factor in hopefully a blowout situation. So we're looking at closer to maybe 28, 30 minutes here total for Stewie. I mean, this is just something we've seen game in and game out. She takes her a couple open checks here and there, but the matchup's just too good for them scoring inside the paint. The first game, Stewie, easy, 0, and then still ended up, I believe, with a fair amount of points. Yeah, she went for 31 points inside the paint, so nothing's different here. If anything, it's even worse. There's no Grinder, there's no Morrow. Nelson Adota, good luck to you holding down JJ. And then, bro, I don't even know who's going to start out at the power forward. I mean, we're reaching way into the bag for that one. So Connecticut, their perimeter defense still being pretty decent. But for Stewie, she just operates so much better inside the paint, and there's just too many other things going on here. If she hits a lucky three, being completely open, it is what it is. But the volume's super low. I'll roll the dice when somebody's staying well under 50% shooting from three, especially for the low volume that we're getting here.
Yeah, man, got to do it. Anytime they put Stewie at 1.5, we got to take the under. So let's ride. Yeah. Is it anywhere anymore? Or was that just last night?
Yeah, it's still available on a couple of different places. I know. God, I'm drawing such a blank here. I know it's still here on 365. I don't believe FanDuel put it back. Sleeper did take it down earlier too, so it might not be there. But it is also available here on Parlay Play. So I know we cannot stress this enough, man. A WNBA season, you guys got to get Parlay Play. This is like a must-have in your bag if it's available. You got to get it. It's our live betting. They're very slow on news, and sometimes they just have stuff that most of the sites have already taken down. But this one is still there.
Okay, cool. It's also on Props Builder, BetOnline / Bovada offshore sites too. It is minus 294, but I mean, for good reason.
Oh man, Prizepicks even moved Lacan back to 4.5 assists. But they're over it. They're like, we're bumping her all the way down.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I saw that too. We got some good value yesterday for sure. So hopefully we can add to this crazy streak and stuff doesn't go sideways, which we like we said at the beginning of the show, it always can go sideways. So we will make sure we stay humble here and keep putting in the time and the energy to try to continue the streak. So Stewie under, got that. So basically the list you got, right? A few at the bottom.
Yeah. So we got a couple of plays here. We're going to talk about Miss Clark under. I know you're a little bit scared about this one, and I am too. So we're going to slow walk through this one. But I think it is well worth a stab, especially for the prop being available everywhere right now too. Clark will be our last one for today, and then we got 3 plays for tomorrow. Big Skylar, which I think these 3 calm down here. Calm down. These 3 plays, pretty straightforward. Now, even though Reese isn't over, we have the matchup of matchups. I'm trying not to get too crazy with her, but for an over, this is definitely one that we're going to talk about. We got her return game to Chicago, and we know Chicago, we will just continue to pick on the rebounding aspect of that. But let's talk about Caitlin Clark here. And one play I was a little scared to play last game in the Atlanta matchup with Washington, but something we've been keeping an eye on for the last couple games now, and I think I just got to pull. I got to pull it this time, man. 4.5 rebounds. Washington, if you guys know us from our college basketball season, just to put it in a comparison, they are the Ohio State Buckeyes of allowing rebounds to point guards. It is not a thing. It is just not a thing. Specifically, the point guard, shooting guard position, be a little bit more wary about small forwards, but I think guards in general, crushing rebounds. Washington, by far, shooting the least amount of 3 points in the league. Really, it's just Citron, splash of Amore, splash of Cody. But look at these red margins, and, I mean, they are just shutting it down. So don't even count this 3.5 line. That's some BS. That's still only 3 rebounds. But, I mean, 0-2-1-1-1, 0-2-2-2, like all these guards, all these very high capable rebounding guards too, mind you, all low numbers. Now, the only 2 players to really get their props though in true fashion, or to get 5 or more in this particular matchup, were 2 small forwards. We had Flage and then Mabry, and I believe that was their first game. Yeah, first game of the season on opening night, where Washington really struggled to, mind you. But outside of that, I mean, they're averaging not even 3 rebounds a game. I mean, we're looking at Clark, the first game. She did have 4 rebounds in this matchup, which God, man, give me 5.5 rebounds for somebody in this matchup. I swear we're going 3 units on it. But still 4.5, I think this is just way too high. Looking back at that first game that they had, she picked up 1 rebound early off of her own missed shot. thankfully, it was a fast break play. Missed her own shot, got her own rebound, took another shot. The other two rebounds came off of both 3-point misses from Citron, and then she had one by natural design pick and roll play where she was guarding Austin down low, and Austin had a very easy layup that she missed, and Clark picked up a rebound from that. Which also, you look at that matchup, I mean, the game ended up going into overtime. It was over 100 points, I believe, on both sides. So a lot of things very wild in that matchup that I don't think we're going to see here again. We know how Indiana can have those struggles on the road. I think this is going to be a low and slow game. Clark is going to be exerting a lot of effort shooting the three-pointers today. I think we just got to run it, man. Everything that I'm seeing says they do not give up 5 or more rebounds, and it might be a rule of thumb for us, honestly, this season, but 4.5 rebounds, shooting guard, point guard, got to do it. Got to do it. She gets there, she gets there. I know she's a little bit of a try-hard, but, hey, this is telling me no.
Yeah, no, I mean, we got to do it. Like you said, let's try it out. Let's see. Caitlin might not be the perfect spot for it, but, still worth a play. So let's watch and see what happens here. Just like Ohio State last year. It didn't fail us. I don't remember one time, so let's do it again. If bookies aren't on it, I don't think they're on it, bro. They're not on it yet, so we'll do it until they are. That's the rule, right? So let's do it.
I think so, man. Honestly, and if she gets there, she gets there. Random rebounds are going to happen. We haven't done too many under rebound plays, so there is that. Don't get too carried away with it. She is on the bottom of today's stuff that we had in the list or the order, if you will, more so the order. That's it for today. Let's talk about 3 plays real quick for tomorrow. We got Skylar Diggins under 8.5 RA. Mostly looking at the assist under here. We know Atlanta still one of the best, top 5 against that. And Chicago sucks. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. This team is just riding the struggle bus into the ground. Losing Rakia early in this season was detrimental, especially for all the different moves that they've made. And a lot of other players, too, we're seeing are picking up injuries. So, the injury bug is wild here. And I think also for me, man, Skylar just mentally does not look there. I was pretty high on her this last game to have a bounce-back performance in such an easy matchup. But her mental game, I don't know what's going on with her. She does not want to be out playing basketball right now. Not an easy matchup. Also for her, 3.5 rebounds seems quite high. Not really sure why bookies have it up there for this matchup either, but not easy for the assist in whatsoever. Got a little Cardoso versus Reese matchup, so I'm super excited about seeing. Cardoso continues to be quite mid. Also, if she gets active this game, maybe things get a little bit scarier, but mostly I think we're just sweating the time that Cloud's not on the floor, because as soon as Cloud comes in, I mean, she's ball hogging. She's actually trying to score the ball a lot more than Smith is. Diggins, it feels weird saying Smith, but more so than Skylar here. It's just I just don't see the conversions, man. The team offensively is just really bad. It's basically just Skylar, it's just Cardoso, and then Cloud when she comes in off the bench. I'll take my chances. If she gets there, she gets there, but I just I don't see it, man. And we also can wheel the upside, say worst case scenario, she gets her assist, she ends the game with 6, goes over the 5.5 line. If she still only gets 2 rebounds, that only puts her at the 8 RA, which can still keep us under. Little risky, maybe random rebounding, but I think this is very difficult for the assist spot. And unless it's just all from Cardoso, I don't see it, man.
Yep, love it. She hasn't been doing anything. Cloud coming off the bench, taking her assists away when she comes in. Bunk Sheldon actually getting a few potentials. She's not getting assists, man. Mm-hmm. She's not. She hasn't been in the last 4 or 5 games even. So I'm surprised it's 5.5. Add some rebounds on top of that. She's mini. It's tough to get rebounds in this game. Just add it on top, double it up. Yep. Let's go.
Yeah, and we've seen how Canada plays a lot of her opponents on the other side. I mean, she's not going to give her much breathing room at all.
No, sir.
Plus, in transitions and defense styles like that, she's going to be chasing after Canada a lot. Most of the time, Canada is driving in, kicking it out, or she's taking her little mid-range action. So I'd be surprised, honestly, if she even can get 3 rebounds here.
Exactly.
All right, Courtney Williams, this is another play. I will say that most of the sites have her at 20.5, which totally fine with. Not any difference in the hit rating as far as that goes. So Prizepicks, Underdog, I believe both of them still have her at 20.5. But 16.5 points, still fairly high for Courtney. Gotta say, I know she's been doing her thing, but Big Miles really holding it down for the show right now. She's doing a lot. Her field goal attempts, usage rating, and everything keeps going up and up. And Courtney, yes, getting pretty lucky with some of the three-point shooting. This is a high line for her. You know, she was quite fortunate to be able to get there over on Dallas the first time they played, but that was off the back of shooting 3 of 4 from 3, which is very abnormal for her. We know that's not something that has been really sustainable. Yes, she's had several games with 3 or more, or really just 3, but we've seen plenty of games with 1 and 0. And these rematch games also, you know, a lot of the times function quite differently. They are at home in Minnesota, so there is that. But I still think they have enough wing presence on the other side to hold her down. And the first time they played also, Fudd was not a starter, and that they were still out there with Odyssey Sims. So I think that makes a little bit of a difference there too. But all in all, still quite a high line for her. Hey, if she goes for 20-plus points, it is what it is, but I'll take my chances here. You stay under. And did they bump the line from Fanatics? Oh, they did. She was at 21.5 on Fanatics earlier, and it looks like they adjusted that too. That's all right. But yeah, quite a high line. Not the best matchup. We've seen the assist really taking hits. I know the last game was a bit abnormal, but I think that was a stud-bud matchup more than anything. So I'm going to write that off as a narrative. You still there, buddy?
I am. I said the stud bud matchup, oh boy. But I was on mute. And I'm unmuted now. Hello.
All right. It's making sure. All right, last play, and then we'll open the floor up to all the questions. We'll just kind of hum through that for the next 20 minutes or so, and then get on out of here. We got Angel Reese and the long-awaited return to Chicago, specifically at Chicago. You know, we might brush this off a little bit more if this was in Atlanta, but I think back at Chicago makes a lot more of a difference here. She's going to have all the motivation in the world to get up for this matchup. Absolutely love her rebounding upside for this spot. I mean, we were just targeted Morrow the last game. Easy 17 rebounds. I think she had 9 rebounds going into half. This is another only way that I see us missing here is her getting into stupid foul trouble. If she picks up a bunch of early foul troubles against Cardoso, you just got to accept it is what it is, and we'll pray in the second half. But if Reese gives me anything close to 30 minutes tonight, bro, we are so in there, it's not even funny. Bleeding matchups. I mean, bleeding rebounds all day long, all day strong. By far giving up the most defensive, in general rebounding, and I think they're also third most in offensive. Nope, they're the worst in that too. So all metrics, all green boxes across the board. Love the matchup here for us, and we're actually getting Reese at a pretty reasonable line. Now we did write down the 10.5. I'm totally fine with the 11.5. I also think a really good pivot play too, especially for the kind of payout we're getting on it right now. Her double-double, totally fine for this. Now, you look at her most of the season, she's done really well, I think 70% by and large, but mostly it's just been from the rebounding. This is the only reason that she's missed her double-double line. We had a couple tougher matchups in here. You know, Dallas, we know they don't give up a ton of rebounds, also got early foul trouble. Vegas doesn't give up many rebounds. And Minnesota, you know, same thing can be said for them. She also played really bad, only 27 minutes there. But that's the only thing that's been holding her back. You look at the points, though, we're only talking one game this season that she's had single digits. Everything else looks totally fine. And that was, again, against Asia, so not too shocking. This matchup, though, the rebounds will not be a concern for us whatsoever. Please don't foul. Just do a little bit of work in the early first half like you have been. I think this is a great play. It's not going to be on the list because the rebounds are just a little bit more, but I got to shout it out. Get a little bit of that double-double play. We're getting a pretty good payout for it, too. What was it on Underdog? I actually did not look at that yet.
And it's fun to bet on Angel and just cheer for her rebounds. You don't have to cheer for her to score. You don't have to get mad at yourself when she misses some layups. You can just cheer for her to get her own layup and you win. So that's nice. Is it double-double on there?
Yep. Yeah, it's a 0.82.
Okay.
I think 0.82. Yeah, 0.82. So get exposure to both of those props. Absolutely love it. We'll see what her first half prop is. It might be at 5.5 again, which I think is debatable. But but I think that the full game line just makes the most sense here. And her 10 plus alt, very, very easy to throw into parlays. If you got books on that, it's mostly somewhere in the range of like minus 285 to minus 300. Easy piece to get in something with.
All righty. Sounds good.
Even better. Minus 280. Even better.
All right, Angel. No foul trouble now. Get us a
No
10.
fouls. But
We don't like overs. Don't make us hate overs now if you don't get there.
Yep.
Right nut on this one?
Huh?
Right nut on this one? Angel's going to get there or what?
Oh, for the double or just the rebound?
Yeah, the rebound. Right nut or no?
Well, that's the only one I have left, but man, it might have to go. It might have to get wagered here.
All right. Oh, no. Okay, so we talked about Clark's under points, I think, right? That was the last one?
Yeah,
I believe.
It's a little scary.
Okay. All right, here we go. Zoe Marley says, it's so hard to win a WNBA parlay because how these ladies play, LOL. And oh my gosh, are you correct? But you know what's good, though? We know how they're going to play. So, as you can see on our list, we have mostly unders, which is, for a lot of reasons, an easier way to hit. And the rebounding as well, because they're going to shoot and miss, but they got to get rebounds. Someone got to get the ball. So there's ways to go around it. It is funny how they play sometimes, but yeah, you can make it work. We've been making it work lately. Let's keep it up. Peyton Gibson says JJ over rebounds. Speaking of rebounds, 8.5 rebounds he likes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's it's totally fine play. With her, getting her honors and stuff here, she should be highly motivated. The only thing that sucks now is losing Morrow and Grinder out of the team. I'm not really sure exactly who the main shooter is going to be per se on this team, or even who that extra starter is going to be moving into that position at the power forward. I think it's totally fine. I mean, honestly, even in just that regard, thinking out loud, losing both Griner and Morrow, I mean, we're talking easily the two biggest scorers on the team. So there should be plenty of opportunity for rebounding here. I did like this a little bit more when Morrow was playing because she would be one of their more primary three-point shooters, and being able to drag Stewie out to the three-point line since she's the more, of the two bigs for New York, she's the more mobile one. So that would have left JJ a lot more alone time just in the paint by herself to gobble those up. I think it's still a totally fine play, but, JJ could also be another one of those players that really loses out on minutes. Coach will be quick to pull her. So just keep that in the back of your head, but I think totally fine play. Not too mad at the matchup here.
Okay. I'm glad the Gale says Amore is nowhere, LOL, the under at least. Okay, so, and as I'm looking at that, I'm so excited to say, Amore is now on Props Builder, which is basically any offshore site. A lot of them have it. Bovada have it. BetOnline have it. All the big, not all the big, but a lot of the big sites, offshore sites, and a lot of small ones have Props Builder. They have Amore at 4.5, minus 120 for the under. So you can grab that. I thought she bumped down. She bumped to 4 and bumped back up?
Yeah.
Oh, why? What for?
I don't know, man, but make sure you guys get that in there.
Okay, well, there you go.
I don't know what the hell.
She's on Prizepicks, and she's on offshore sites on Props Builder as well. So, yeah, try to get that 4.5 in, guys, if you don't have it in yet. We do have 2 units on it today. Don't go too big now, like we said at the beginning here. You never know. It is betting. It's a good play, though. It is a good play. Dirty Reg says, hey, what's up, man? What's up? He says, why play a CC under when you know she can get cooking from 3-point land and score an absurd amount of points in a short period of time? Yeah, it is true. That's why it is scary to go under CC, because you never know. One day she just could get mad and remember her Iowa days. I was listening to a lot of announcers or whatever talk about how Stephanie White is ruining their team and not letting Caitlin do her thing. And, I'm going to ride with that because I love Caitlin. So we'll see. I mean, she could come out any day and score 30. So it is a little scary. Wolf Kato is here. What's up, man? He says Jewel Lloyd over 2.5 RES. Must be rebounds, I think. Is it 2.5 rebounds, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So Jewel Lloyd over rebounds. That's interesting. She did get a good amount last game at 5, I remember. She's played decent minutes now with Carter out. What do you think about the matchup?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a rebounding spot. Seattle, they continue to be one of the teams that, you can see here, just looking at offensive rebounding, they're giving up the second most. And then general rebounding, they're right behind Chicago. So it's a great spot. It is also going up against their former team, maybe a little bit more get up and go, if you will. But the minutes look pretty crisp. I will say 28 minutes this last game without Carter again looks nice. I think it's totally fine. It's a low hanging fruit. Wouldn't be shocked to see multiple guards here for Vegas to pick up their rebounding. I actually like her and Asia as well. I will say Asia at 9.5 rebounds feels pretty solid, but that one I might wait on if we see Malanga start. I would like that one a little bit better. But yeah, Lloyd's a fine play. Again, I think fantasy is not bad. 16 flat on Prizepicks a little bit better, but yeah, even low-key her threes, she's been chucking them a little bit more lately with no Carter. So don't sleep too much on the scoring aspect, but yeah, that's a low prop. Did you mute up there?
Gosh darn it, man. I'm getting bad at this. Fear Nothing's what's up, dude? He says, someone tell me why Kelsey Plum took 0 shots the whole first half last night. That's some shady shizzy. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that game was weird.
Yeah.
Bro, the whole her and Barker, man, both of them were weird last night. I don't know what was up with that. Like Plum did absolutely nothing the entire first half and obviously came alive in the second half, which I mean is something we've seen from her in the last couple of seasons with the Sparks that, she kind of does that from time to time.
Yep.
But Barker, same thing, man. I mean, we had six field goal attempts, I believe, in the first quarter, and then she took 2 the entire rest of the game for the next 3 quarters and played hell of minutes too. So that, I don't know, man, that was weird between them two, and we almost got to see them fight. So that was actually kind of exciting.
That was interesting, huh? Plum grabbed her, threw her down kind of, or she jumped on top of her or something. And I thought Plum was going to smile and let her back up. Nope. She turned right around and said, F you, B. So that was kind of funny, right? That was weird.
I thought she was going to jump on her, and you should have seen my face. I was like, I leaned up in the seat getting ready to hit the record button. I was like, throw a punch. Somebody throw a punch.
That was close. ZB Miami says, would you take Lacan at 4.5 assists? We have her at 5.5 from yesterday. Is 4.5 the only thing left? I think it is, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much your only option now. It's a little bit scarier. I mean, it's a lot scarier now. The 5 at least would have been more ideal for the push. But if you want to play it, just, go half unit on it or something like that. It's a little bit scarier. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if she gets 5 assists, I'd be pretty shocked today. Who is she passing to? I mean, like, tell me that. Who is she passing to? Who was scoring today?
Right. Speaking of, the Gale says Lacan fantasy under is nice with the turnovers. What do you think about her fantasy under? Because we don't talk about fantasy unders much. It's something that I never really get into because of the blocks and steals sometimes mess that up. But sometimes it's just too high, and it is a good look. I always forget to look at those. Mario is always the one here with the fantasy unders. What do you think about hers?
Yeah, 27 is still pretty high. She does come with the turnovers, but she also does come with a few blocks and steal. Well, not blocks, but mostly just steals. They have been mostly offsetting each other for the most part. Like this last game, we had 3 turnovers, but 1 steal, 4 turnovers, 1 steal. I think it's worth it mostly just to get a higher line. And honestly, now maybe just after all the bumps and everything, this actually could just be the best line for her still. we're going to be sweating the 1.5 from whatever assist that she does get. I still like the rebound downside. I think there's high turnover upside for us. Mostly just the steals, fingers crossed she doesn't get multiple blocks and steals. But yeah, I think honestly, this might be the pivot now with everything all said and done, just taking the fantasy line.
Alrighty. That's cool. Under fantasy is fun because it's so much she has to do, so who knows? Let's see. So we have Fam over rebounds next. Two Dormes. Fam over rebounds. Now she burned us Saturday. 4.5 is low for someone with those amount of minutes and that size. But we saw yesterday, man, she does not box out and try to get rebounds. It's kind of infuriating, in fact, because she should get 8 rebounds. What do you think about her matchup, though?
Very difficult matchup. I'm very worried about her getting into some foul trouble here.
Okay.
But I mean, mostly like you mentioned, man, just whatever has been happening these last couple games, as far as like her being on the glass, because I know she got there for us in the game before, but back-to-back games now where her rebound rating is just in the mud. I mean, last game it was almost single digit. This game, not even 15%. Mackenzie Holmes, dude, this is the player right here. She plays alongside of her in every minute that she's out there. I mean, she only played 14 minutes compared. I mean, that was half the minutes of Fam, man. She had how many more rebounds than her? Well, okay, they have the same rebounds total, but her rebound rating was like, 4 times as much. I mean, just ridiculous. So I don't know. She's too skilled of a player to not be getting rebounds, but this last game she was playing so scared, and even the rebounds that were close enough for her to get, she just wasn't going after. She'll see plenty of volume this game, that's for damn sure. Asia's gonna be taking her shots here, but I don't know. It's a good line. It's a good line, but with her, I just don't know.
Yeah, we kind of got to see it again to want to put money on it. What's weird is I didn't really pay much attention to her until she started starting. And you look before that, man, she had 5 rebounds in 17 minutes, 5 rebounds in 24 minutes, 7 rebounds in 31 minutes. Then she started, you'd think, this is easy. 6 rebounds in 33. We watched that game. She got a lucky couple in the fourth quarter to get us over. And then last game, 4 rebounds in 30 minutes in a good spot. So now it's a tough spot. It's hard. That's hard to put money on, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I want to. I like her game. She's 19. That's the thing, I think. She's out there in her mental. She's not all the way there yet, I think, with her aggression that she could have. So.
Yeah. And that was her first, as a starter, her first road game this season, too. So maybe there's a little bit of jitters that factored into that one. But not exactly like things are going to get any better at Vegas. I mean, if you talk about a home crowd, that is quite the one to be afraid of. Yeah. So it is a great line for her. I think it's a totally fine one, but I need to see these offensive rebounds. This is what has been really carrying the weight up and over. Defensive rebounds, not bad. We've seen 3 games straight where it was pretty solid for her, but I need to see, we got to get a 50-50 ground here because we can't lose both offensive and defensive rebounds. You'll be looking like that. She was super lucky this one game too. I mean, against Washington, she had 4 offensive rebounds and only 1 defensive. So I like her. Love the talent. I don't know about this matchup though.
Yeah, I'm excited to see her with Malonga too once they get, a little more experience. And we know her name's Fam, but we call her Fam because it's fun. So hopefully she's okay with that too. Yeah. So Zaraki says, ew, under 3.5 is minus 200. I think he's referring to Asia's assist that we were talking about. But you got to think, I mean, at least for me personally, a minus 200 feels a little bit poopy if you're not used to it. But on certain sites, if you put that with something that you really like, a lot of times it's worth it, Minus 200 is a 66.7%, what's it called? Probability, what's it called? Inferred probability, something like that. I forget. Anyways, if you think it has over, what's that?
Implied.
There you go. Thank you. Implied probability of 66.7%. If you think she has over that, you're getting value there. And if you look through the games, the spots, the matchup here. I think it's decent play. If you put it with something on underdog at the normal play, you get a 2.66, I believe, which is not bad. So there's different ways to look at minus 200s, I think, personally. I wouldn't run away from it just because it's not a minus 115 or, always ways to win. I think that's a decent one. Dirty Reg says she could get over an assist tonight because Vegas guards should eat pretty good tonight. Who should get over assists? Who's talking about, you think?
To my Asia.
Oh, okay. So he's with us on that one. Oh, or he's against us on that one. He's scared. That's cool. I feel it. She could get us. She had 11 potentials in a different game before. You never know. Asia might share the ball and rebound tonight. A little bit of break from scoring. Hey, we shall see. You could be correct. ZB Miami says, did you say Jackie Young under 28.5 PRA was a good look? I don't know. Did you say that?
Yeah, it's high, man.
It is.
Real fast, because I know you and I were kind of on the fence about this page prop, but Odyssey Sims is out tomorrow. She's not going to be playing. Looks like she's out. Isaiah James is going to be available, and then Lee Yuru is going to be available. I asked that because I know we were kind of looking at. I don't love the matchup, but her 4.5 assists.
Yeah,
that's pretty low.
4.5 assists. It's playable. I think that'll move. I don't think that'll be playable tomorrow. So I think it's worth a little bit.
At least for an honorable mention, maybe get a little something on page to get 5 or more assists. Yeah, I mean on underdog, you put that with a normal play. You put that with a normal payout, you get a decent. For the 2-pick, it's not that bad. So it doesn't hurt that bad. And then you get a play that you pretty much think's going to hit. So it works. Even though it's an over at you. Let's see what else we got here. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Fam's rebounds, I was going to say. I don't mind putting a little over on that 4.5. Not a lot, but just a little to cheer for her. I just want her to do good. I think she should be able to get 5 rebounds. King Capricorn says, hey, guys, how do you feel about Astier's over 9.5 points? It's pretty low. Just make sure that she is a starter. In fact, there is going to be a time that Sabli is going to move back into the starting lineup, and I'm not sure if they keep Astier out there or if they leave Johannes out there currently. So do keep an eye on that. I think it's a fine prop. She just continues to be a very efficient shooter for New York, and I don't love the minutes. I mean, I don't know if maybe this is a little bit of could be blowout potential, but I mean, the last 2 games, they were pretty competitive, only 28 and 24 minutes. We saw 2 back into the mix. So the days of playing over 30 minutes might be pretty well gone, but go out and give me still somewhere in the range of like 26, 28 minutes. I'm totally fine with that. She's just being efficient and crafty, getting to the free throw line, but nothing too crazy here. I could see several free throw attempts for just New York in general. So hopefully picking up some early foul trouble there, let them get into the bonus, and that's where she's doing most of her free throw attempts. But yeah, she's fine. Nothing too crazy though.
That brings up a point. What if Satu, they do say she's starting, and her minutes limits, her minutes is her limit is lifted? Would you look at her 16.5 PR? Or would you pass?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, I think it is a fine play, but even with or without Coach Speak, let's say he was like, okay, she's a full go today, she's going to play whatever. There's still that massive blowout that's kind of looming over this game. So even with Coach Talk, that is something that she could still be subject to, only playing 25 minutes or something like that today. But I do think she plays closer to actual 25 minutes. I mean, 22 this last game, still trending upwards. But I got to get back into shape. She looked really winded out there, especially in the second half of the game. She's not really doing a whole lot. But we've seen a lot of spark out of her. When she's taking any kind of volume, she's hitting it. And, the games that she's not, it's very clear in the first half that she's just not shooting.
All right. Ayo's here. He says, yo, legends. Yo, goats. And then he says, bah. He says, bah. He spelled it out. So I'll say it for him. What's up, man? Logan's here. What up, though? He says Kiki 9.5 field goal attempted over. Kiki field goal attempted over 9.5. What do you think?
It's totally fine. She moved back to 4 flat on Prizepicks.
That's weird. That is weird, man. I got to go lock more of that in before it moves on Bet Online and all these others. Let's get that in right now. Thank you for reminding me.
I will be honest. I have exposure to all 3 of Kiki, Citron, and Shakira Austin today, mostly just for the interior scoring matchup that they have. I would not be shocked to see 2 out of the 3 of them go over today. I'm not super certain on which one of them. Citron was my initial gut feeling, but I do love Kiki. She absolutely snapped off on them the first game. Shakira could see a little bit more foul trouble potential, but honestly, it's a great spot for all 3 of them.
Alrighty. Let's see what else we got. Tommy says I'm taking Caitlin Clark's rebound line. Still trying to figure it out, but she's been grabbing those sneaky rebounds. I think she's good for 5-7 versus Atlanta, 7 versus New York. Yeah, Tommy, I kind of am a little scared about it too, but we kind of just got to roll with our versus Washington strategy here, right? It could get us though. I feel you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the Atlanta was kind of the exception to it, but you can honestly kind of classify both of them in the same thing. So looking at the team metrics here, we know New York takes a pretty high clip from 3, so they're the 3rd most 3-point attempts in the league, and then Indiana's right behind them. Indiana's right behind them at number 4, but remove them out of that and slot up Atlanta right behind them. So technically, we had the 2 matchups she got there was oh my goodness, was picking up the long ball opportunity from those 2 teams. But you see Washington all the way down here at the bottom though. So we go from 27 to 28 attempts on average for all of these teams here, all the way down to 19 on average. So a huge ratio difference. I mean, that's a massive hit. Can she get there? Sure, absolutely. I mean, it's Caitlin Clark we're talking about. If she wants to be a try-hard on the glass, sure, she can go out and get 8-9 rebounds. But matchup-wise, that's just not what Washington is allowing right now. And if she gets there, we'll live with it.
Yep. Let's test the strategy. Tommy also says I took Lacan under 21.5 before it moved to 20.5. Now it's at 19.5. There you go. 2 points, 2 PRAs of value. Good call. Glad you got it in, man. We shall be cheering together. 3 times says, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Good luck. The positive vibe of 3 time is back. What's up, bro? Good to see you.
Real fast?
Yes, sir.
If you guys haven't already, make sure and hit that like button down below. We appreciate and love all the support we're seeing here. And if you want some money with us, make sure and show us a little love there. And new people here, hit that subscribe button, turn the noties on, and be a part of the Discord. Make sure you guys check it out. Links in the description. We are still running a 7-day free trial for that, and we are also giving out some money tonight right before tip-off. So get in there and get in that giveaway. Don't miss out.
Yes, sir. Wolf Cotto says Pauline A over 2.5 rebounds. Asti A over 2.5 rebounds for New York today. What do you say to that, sir?
As long as Sabali is not starting, I think that's totally fine. She's been really active on the glass for most of the games. Fibic kind of, being consistent in that regard, but still, we're not really seeing the same production from her that we saw last year. So I don't know if maybe coach is kind of playing that slightly different with them both as a starter. But yeah, mostly just Sabali news there.
Okay. Logan says Citron 9.5 field goals attempted over. That's pretty low for her, huh?
It is. I wouldn't say lower. I think it's pretty fair. Yeah. That actually is quite a bit lower than I was thinking. 9.5 attempted, or is that 2s? Is that really your full thing?
He says field goals attempted. Yeah.
Interesting.
Does seem low.
Normally this has been this is 10.5, 11.5 for a couple games. I like that. I think that's a strong play.
That's that Indiana defense, huh? I'm interested to see how they come back today after that terrible loss and what Caitlin does and what the coach does. It's going to be interesting. And it's in less than an hour. Woo-wee! This is cool. Tommy's... What's up?
I was going to say, the only thing I would be weary about is Indiana gives up an unreal amount of free throws. As you can see in their first game, she had 10 free throws. So pray that volume still continues with that and she just doesn't get a ton of free throws and lose out on field goal attempts. That is low. Tell a low.
Tommy says grab AT under 32.5 PRA before it moves down to 31.5 or 30.5. That's a good call, Tommy. What do you think about AT? I think they put her on the board here while we were just starting the stream up, so we didn't have a chance to look at that. What do you think about it? She has been on the low side here.
Yeah, at Golden State, we will definitely be having some kind of exposure to this. Copper is going to be back for this matchup, but yeah, it's a tough game.
I like it, bro. 32.5. Golden State, come on now. We got to take that. I think that's a sharp one.
Let's give it a gander real fast. This might be a live ad here.
I think so. Nice call, Tommy. Thanks for bringing it up. I didn't even see it was on the board yet. What's up?
Okay, it was a little scary, a little history here. She actually played pretty well against them last season. Let's see. Scoring, not that bad.
Last season, she was a different AT, though. And that team was different.
Yeah, that's true.
She's doing nothing this year.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine as long as she just doesn't snap off in the RA department. I mean, that's really what carried the weight for her last season. 28 RA, what the hell is that?
True.
But even still, I mean, this most recent game, I mean, she had 20 RA against them, so I don't know what happened with that. There is a lot of rebounding upside for her, so maybe, what's this PA looking like? God, she had 30 PA against him? What happened? 37 minutes. That one, I like it. I do like it, especially with being on the road at Golden State. We know they're a completely different beast there, but I got to see what happened that first game. That's a little weird.
Tell me about her back off injury. What was her injury? Or did she just rest last game? Because, players coming back from injury, I always like that too. Another pro of that under. We might have to roll with the PA, but PRA, whatever. Look at the lines.
She's dealing with a calf strain.
Yeah, man. Golden State might have given her 30 PRA at the beginning of the season, but I think she thought she was her at the beginning of the season. It's a different story now. Copper's a little injured too. At Golden State?
Okay, so she had 12 free throw attempts against them the first time, so that's really what carried most of the scoring weight. Only 9 field goal attempts. I mean, she did go 5 of 9, but still, yeah, I mean, most of that just came strictly off the free throws. 11 assists too was very weird. I don't know how that happened.
I think Golden State was just getting their new team together. It's the beginning of the season. I think they're ready now. I know they've had a few losses. They need to come back. I think they're going to take it out on Phoenix. They're going to bust Phoenix's ass.
Wait, was this a no-jit crazy game? I think this is one she really snapped off on, like 5 of 5 from 3 or some shit.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, she had 4 or 5 from 3.
Probably all AT assists too, right?
Yeah,
kicking it out.
Because Copper also had 4 assists too. I mean, she had a shitty game. She only had 11 points.
Phoenix was at the beginning of the year thinking they were a good team, and they were just playing with a different type of confidence. Now they know they suck. They're going out there. They're about to get whooped on. Although it's WNBA, who knows? Watch Phoenix win by 20. Just saying. But yeah, I definitely like that. We should look at that in a little more in depth. It could move, like you said. We'll check that out later tonight. B. Fraser says, do you like Diggins PRA under? Now we like her RA under. Do we like her PRA under?
I mean, it's not an easy matchup. She's not hitting any kind of threes to begin with, but the free throw aspect is something we always talk about with Atlanta. They continue to be one of the best teams. They are giving up the second least right now. Usually they're number one, but yeah, they don't give up many free throws, so it's really going to hurt her potential upside for that. This is another game that could easily be over with early. Chicago, the struggles in offense have been real lately. I know you got to get a heart out here in just a second, so we're probably going to have to kibosh this in a minute. But I don't mind it. I think it's totally fine. I mean, again, with her, she's just mentally not there in the games right now. I don't know what's going on or behind the scenes, but she's not happy, and it's clearly showing.
All right. Sean Kemp's here. What's up, fellas? What's up, bro? He says Boston under 9.5 RA.
Yeah, it's high. The rebounds are fairly bit low. 7.5 is appropriate for her. 2.5 assists, not too bad. Really just the offensive rebounds, man. That's the only thing with her. If she gets a couple random ones there, she's probably going to go over. But the assist spots, mostly going to be looking at kickouts to Caitlin. So hold on to your butts for CC tonight. I'm not sure scoring-wise what that might look like.
This is make or break. I know it's early in the season, but Indiana better do something tonight. If they lose tonight, boy, Caitlin's going to the Sparks. You heard it here second. Kevin Thomas says, Little Magic 3.5 first quarter points. He's back with the Little Magic 3.5. He wants it. He says official or else.
It's tempting, bro. It's tempting. I mean, 3.5 points. They continue to just put this up here, and I think she is 100%, if I'm not mistaken, on that all season. I think so, man. Oh, okay. We missed the first two games. Tougher matchups. I'll give her that. Phoenix when they were healthy and Atlanta. But everything else after that, wow, it's kind of crazy.
Is that on both sites too?
Yeah, it's pretty well everywhere. I think Prizepicks only has it at a demon at 4.5, but you can get it on any kind of books. I know it's on FanDuel and Underdog here. Still pretty good payout, 0.81. Not too shabby.
I personally hate first quarter play. I don't even play first quarter plays. I just can't do it. And I think this, Kev, if we put it on the list, that might be its jinx, to be honest. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to do about that.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. So, shit. I wish I had a better answer for you, but that's how I look at it. I'm scared to put on the list because then it'll probably miss, and I don't play first quarter props, so I don't know. They're too nerfy-ish for me. A bucket, she misses a shot, you don't win. So that's just my personal preference of playing. I'll be cheering for you tonight with it, or tomorrow. But yeah, that's why I can't personally put it on the list. If E twists my arm and my thumb and pokes me in the eye, we can put it on the list, but my vote would be. So there you go.
I mean, I played it already.
Oh, I played it too. I played it. I just don't want to. Yeah. Me too. with the Angel play. Yeah, I played it this morning. I just can't put it on the list personally for my own personal reasons. But like I said, if you and E twist my arm, I'll put it on there. Just a little scared. Just Joke says Stewie
Real
under
fast.
fantasy. Yeah. What's up?
Real fast, Aaliyah Edwards will not have a minutes limit tonight.
Now, the moment in your mind you think, wow, that's going to be a great play. She goes out there, still on a minutes limit, and sits when they get blown out and scores 8 points. How do you feel?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, even though she's not on the minutes limit, she goes out and plays like 22 minutes or some shit, and you're just gonna be mad afterwards.
Yeah, so you can play it, but don't go too crazy. Don't let those type of things pull you in and play more money than you should. Do you want to get to the next one?
Yeah, we'll just roll to them real fast. Stewie, I do like her unders. I'm a little hesitant on this one because everyone is just out. But assuming she just doesn't go unbelievably crazy in the first half, I think it's still a pretty strong play. It's not going to be as competitive of a game that we saw this last time. I mean, she still only played 28 minutes and went for 43 PRA, so that's kind of insane.
I kind of like it because it's just Stewie and it's too high. But I feel what you're saying. It could be that type of game where it's just easy and she just wants to get her stats padded. But I will say another strategy could be let the game start, and you hope, Prizepicks, they might not even give us second half because of this game. But if they do, right when it pops up, take that Stewie under second half fantasy because they'll take that board down quick when they get up 10 in the first quarter. So that's another way to look at it too.
We're not getting a second half board. I'll tell you that right now.
You don't think so?
There will not be. No.
Well,
no.
I believe you thought the same way about Amor's 4.5 assists that popped on the board this morning. So it's not 100%, maybe 99.
99% certain.
Kryptonian Nolan says the Plum Bum. Poor Plum.
Yeah, man.
She came back with an injury. Let's see. None of all your teammates have been gone. She knocked the rest off, went off in the second half. Yes, she came. We took her first. We took her live 14.5 points, and she came through for us in the first half because she always does that. Sometimes in the first half, she does nothing and then goes crazy in the second half, which she did again for us. Thank you, Plum. We love you. Lexi, under 3.5 rebounds. Same theory as Clark, less playing time. I was talking about that. B. Frazier says Lexi under, and I don't think her lines were on the board when we were talking about that. So she's 3.5. I kind of like that. Although Lexi is more of a rebounder, but she's not going to get minutes. She hasn't been. That might be a look. What do you think? Or do you look at Lexi more like she's a same idea?
So she is a small forward on the team. So, I mean, keep that in mind. There will be a little bit more potential chance for her because, I mean, you look at who she's guarding on the other side, likely Onueri. But even if she's picking up Kiki, either one of those, it can be kind of sweaty. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not too mad at it, man. I'm not too mad at it.
All right. I got to take off here. So let's just look through these comments real quick and get up out of here. Amor got moved to 4 on Prize Picks. Do I still take the under?
That one, yeah. I would still play the 4.
Yeah, because if she gets 4, you push. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's probably still good value at 4. I mean, it's not the best, but might as well. Best play today.
It was the Amor, or if you can get Stewie, her Amor 4.5 assists and Stewie 1.5 threes. I think Parlay Play still has Stewie over here, so you guys can get that. And I think she was also on 365. So, I mean, some sites still had Stewie available. Yeah, obviously you're going to have to parlay it with something, so you can throw that in with like Reese 10 plus rebounds or, Asia assists or something like that tonight. But, yeah, Stewie, Amor, Lacan, and then Asia after that.
All right. Appreciate you guys. 69 likes. Let's go. 69. What a cool number. The Young Rail. What's good? What's good, bro? Kiki over 9.5 attempts. We talked about that earlier. You do somewhat like that to lean up to the over with that, I think.
I do.
Okay. C. Dot says Indiana versus Washington and New York versus Connecticut starts in 45 minutes. Join the Discord so you can catch these live plays. Let's go. Parlay Play just freaking banned me from doing live plays over the weekend, but don't worry. I have a new account and we'll be ready today. And we're through the comments at 69 likes. Beautiful number to stop on, guys. Perfect timing for me to go pick up the kid. And let's get out of here, E.
All right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow for the stream, getting ready for the tournament to continue. But good luck tonight. Be a part of the Discord. Don't miss out on the giveaway. And we'll catch y'all back here later, all right? Peace.
Just cash.
Fuck you, Prize Picks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prize Picks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prize Picks! I hate you. Fuck you, Prize Picks!
But I'm had enough.